Hey, fire up, baby. Like get it. You know what I'm saying? You need an extra drink first. We wanna.
No, I mean,
like I said, all this part can be behind the scenes vlog stuff. So
yeah. All right. So. All right, people. Location rundown is back. Bracketology edition. It's your boy Rome with you. The RomeVISION is here. We got some good stuff, man. Great tournament. We're gonna have 5 minutes of kind of just my thoughts on like the overall bracket, and then the other half, another 5 minutes of just hot topics, you know, hot takes. All right. So let's dive right in. It's a lot going on. Okay, so we got the East region here. Okay, UConn, the #1 overall seed in the whole tournament. All right, and they're the #1 seed in the East, of course. They play Stetson. Okay, they should walk into the second round. My noticeable matchups, I got Northwestern and San Diego State. Who the hell knows? But I look for San Diego State to win that one. The team that won the championship last season. I look for them to come back, not get knocked out in the first round by a team in Northwestern who has some pretty big wins this year. I see Iowa State, South Dakota State. Iowa State snatched the Big 12 from Kansas State and Houston. You talk about the most impressive and dominating win of all conference championships. That was it. I mean, Houston looked like they didn't know what to do. I thought I was tripping. I saw the score. I'm like, they still at 28 and these niggas at 50. Like, that was crazy, bro. Like, the way that game just
put it on.
Turned. That was nuts. I've been hearing a lot about Drake this season. Drake, they're one of those lower seed teams, 10th seed, 28-6. Okay, look at those seeds now. Okay, just because they're 10th seed, they're 10th seed because their strength of conference was not that good. You know, according to experts. But these guys damn near won 30 games. That's a team that knows how to win. Okay, so I look for Drake to upset Washington State in the first round. The East is kind of quiet, I would say, for the most part. Auburn versus Yale, that's going to be a pretty interesting one. Auburn won the SEC championship. Yale won a nutso-ass conference championship, man. Nuts.
One guard at the top of the key, he'll take it. Looking for help, drops it to Mbak. 3, 2, dropped off to Nolan.
All right, so the East is pretty much the highlights for the East. UConn, Auburn, okay. Drake, the sleeper team, I think they'll win a couple games. Illinois, I think will get upset by Morehead State, who nearly won 30 games. Okay, Iowa State, I look for Iowa State, UConn, and look for Auburn in the East region, okay? Now to the West. The #1 seed in the West overall, North Carolina Tar Heels, okay? They're coming off a loss to NC State in the ACC championship. They played tough, played close with them. North Carolina has been consistent all season, always played great defense. Armando Bacot, great post player, great post defensive player. Look, very tough team. I look for them to win. Of course they'll beat Howard or Wagner. They have a playing game to see who will play North Carolina. That's how low those other teams are. I think they'll end up playing Howard and they'll beat Howard pretty handily. Okay, and I'm looking at Baylor versus Colgate. They can get tricky. Baylor has been a little up and down this season. Scott Drew has got a team that's you know, they're talented, they can shoot and stuff, but they can't really stop anyone. You know, so I'm just looking at that, you know, seeing what's going on with that. Dayton, Nevada. Okay, we'll see. Who knows? Arizona, #2 seed, Arizona versus Long Beach State. Long Beach State had a very decent season, had a very emotional run to their conference championship. I look for them to play Arizona real close. So the West, the big New Mexico, the West, the big names I'll say in the West, North Carolina. Look for Dayton. Look for no Arizona, I guess, but I think Long Beach State has a great chance of beating them. The West region, North Carolina really could walk to the Elite Eight because the biggest team in their way is who? I would say Arizona. And Arizona hasn't shown me much this season, to be honest with you, for a 2 seed. All right, the South region. #1 overall seed in the South region, Houston. Starts out with Longwood. They better get out to a long start, okay? Because I didn't like what I see last game. They can a possibility. Houston plays Texas A&M in the second round. If A&M beats Wisconsin, they play Houston versus Texas A&M. That'll be pretty huge right there. And I think A&M will have a great shot at beating Houston too. Duke versus Vermont. Duke will beat them pretty handily, and they will likely play either NC State or Texas Tech in the second round. That'll be pretty big if they played NC State, the team that knocked them out in the ACC tournament. So I would like to see that. And Kentucky versus Oakland. Kentucky's in that. This is a very stacked region, okay? We got Houston, Duke, A&M, Kentucky, Marquette, okay, Florida, all in the same region. Texas, all these teams can play each other. James Madison, who's won 31 games, 31-3. 31-3. Okay, so South region, the best region hands down, okay? The second round, you're going to get James Madison versus Duke or something, or Marquette versus Florida. All right, Midwest region, number 1 overall seed, Purdue. Okay, second round, they could end up playing TCU if they beat Utah State, which I don't know if that'll happen because Utah State's won 27 games. TCU barely scraped in, but we'll see. Gonzaga plays McNeese State, who's won 30 games this season. Okay, we'll see. Texas got in, lucky. Oh, Rodney Terry's lucky got in. They play they play Akron, and they could possibly play Creighton in the second round. That'll be huge. St. Peter's in Tennessee,
15
Tennessee, Purdue, Tennessee, Purdue, South Carolina in this region. Look for Texas, the sleeper, as a 7th seed. I really like McNeese State to beat Gonzaga. I really do. Kansas, they'll lose second round to South Carolina.
Okay, now we're on to the topics. Let's go. These are rapid fire topics. Say the first of that come to your mind. Rome has no idea what I'm about to say. Biggest upset round 1.
Biggest upset round 1. Oh my gosh. Biggest upset round 1 will be. It will be. It will be Oakland beating Kentucky.
I like that. Who is the player that will improve his draft stock the most through this tournament? Who's the biggest standout player that you see coming out of this tournament? Win or lose?
Okay, Jameer Nelson Jr., TCU, point guard. I see him he has a lot of clutch in him. I see him getting a big win first couple games. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Give me 3 teams that should make it at least to the Sweet 16, possibly the Elite 8 that won't make it that far.
Wait, what?
So give me 3 big name teams, like the teams that are heavily favored, all that. Give me 3 of them that won't see the Elite 8. Get knocked out in the Sweet 16 or even later than that.
Arizona, 2 seed Arizona, won't get there. Okay, 3 seed Kentucky won't get there. Of course, I just told you. And Purdue won't get there.
I was waiting on you to say that.
I think if TCU can get out of Utah State, the winner of TCU and Utah State will beat Purdue in the second round.
Who is the biggest fraud as a player out of all the people in college basketball right now? They may go crazy in this March Madness, whatever. They will be a bust in the NBA.
Somebody that'll get points in this tournament, but it's not going to be much in the NBA. Armando Bacot. I know what you're doing now. I know you're doing your defensive thing now, rebounds. You get your little 20 points or whatnot. It's not happening. Caleb Love, point guard at Arizona. Sorry, not happening. Not happening. So those are two names off the top I could think of that are not going to do much of anything when they get to the NBA. Yeah, that's that. There you go.
All right, we have 30 seconds left. Give me your Final Four and your winner of it all.
Final Four. My Final Four is UConn.
20 seconds.
Baylor.
15.
UConn, Baylor, Houston.
10.
UConn, Baylor, Houston,
5.
Tennessee. UConn, Baylor, Houston, Tennessee, and UConn versus Houston plays for a championship. Houston wins it all.
All right. Take us home then, Rome.
All right, y'all. That's some bracketology. We're gonna have some live stream, okay, buzzer beating reactions. Okay, be on the lookout for these background sceneries because they might get a little interesting. Okay, be on the lookout. Okay, different locations, baby. The name is real. Locations with an S because we got so many. All right, RomeVISION. Hope you see clearly now. All right, I'll be back. It's a wrap.